The original dream spawn, Heart God's heir, is a chimera capable of bearing multiple divine lineages simultaneously. He grows stronger the more people learn about his existence, and possesses the lineages of Heart, War, Beast, and Storm God, and is believed to be on the moon in search of something. He spared Nephis in order to one day claim the Sun God's lineage, and has long awaited the emergence of the Shadow God's lineage, which is believed to be with Sunny. His ultimate goal is to complete the collection of all 6 divine lineages, though his true purpose for doing so remains unknown.
Nine mortals were fated to orchestrate the god's demise. Aletheia, the scholar, unearthed the truth buried by the demon of dread, and was thus defiled. From that truth, Amadon the sculptor fashioned a trap for the divine. Orphne the slayer slayed Weaver, the demon of fate. And Eurus, the prince who slit a god's throat, was condemned by the most harrowing fate of all, to become a slave. Weaver, the demon of fate, and the master of lies. Weaver believed that knowledge was the origin of power, and so always hid behind numerous lies, wearing them as a mantle. No one knew Weaver's thoughts, Weaver's face, and Weaver's heart. Even the gods could not see what hid behind the mask. When the demons, children of the unknown, rebelled against the gods, Weaver was the only one to refuse the call of war. Despised and hunted by both sides, they disappeared. No one knew where Weaver went and what they did, until it was too late.
Fate's hand does not tremble. Each choice has a price.
They are coming. They have already corrupted this world with their twisted malfeasance. You are chosen. You are marked. You are cursed.
The demons were not spontaneous aberrations in the cosmic order. They were children, born of a profound and hidden tragedy. Their progenitor was the Forgotten God, the erased 7th deity whose domains encompassed dreams, nightmares, and fate itself. From the 7 pieces of his sundered soul, the 7 demons were born. The 6 gods had used the Forgotten One as the cornerstone to seal the primordial void, an act that created the universal law of imperfection. In doing so, they made the Forgotten God their collective flaw, and his children, the demons, became the living personifications of that imperfection. Their very existence was a reminder of the gods' transgression, a flaw that had to be concealed. Thus, their history was erased, their origins forbidden knowledge. Gods created all living creatures, but not all creatures they created carry a divine lineage. Only those born of the gods do, and those born of their descendants. Why have the gods forbidden us 7 to sire offspring? Why are we destined for loneliness? Is it because we are of the Forgotten One, who slumbers in the void? Where is the void, and where is its gate? How did Weaver enter it, and what did Weaver see? Why did Weaver decide to break the will of the gods and create a lineage? The gods shall discover the transgression, but they cannot. That is because, having created a lineage, Weaver does not possess a lineage. It has been lost and will be lost, therefore having never been in Weaver's possession. One cannot be punished for something that has never been. Dreadful growl resounded from behind the mask.
Do you even remember your own name, pathetic thing?
The woman's lips moved and she said hoarsely,
I killed you!
Did you really think that someone like you could have killed me? You and I are not done yet. Come find me in the Shadow Realm and see if someone like you can really kill Weaver. Then, after you've learned the true meaning of despair, then I'll allow you to die. Orphne of the Nine.
The demon of fate then glanced up, as if addressing someone whom no one else could hear.
Are you watching? Watch well then, Epigone. Let me show you how gods die.
And with that, Sunny suddenly became aware of himself. Wait, is Weaver talking? To me? And then the burning world shattered. Sunny was plunged into visions of ruin, a moon shattering, a great dragon plummeting into the sea. and the final desperate battle of the Doom War, shaking the very foundation of existence. At the end of it all, a tattered weaver reached the heart of the Shadow Realm.
Fools. All of them such fools.
A laughter resounded from beneath the cracked mask as Weaver finally reached the void gate that now stood wide open. Sonny was mercifully blind, so he could not see what Weaver saw when they gazed beyond the gate.
Now, one final trick.
But before the demon could act, a bone blade pierced their back. It was Orphan. The two fell down at the same time, golden ichor and crimson blood mixing in the obsidian dust. Looking at the dead woman, Weaver drew one last arduous breath.
You are just in time.
The last thing Sonny saw was an endless black void. 7 radiant stars suddenly blazed, casting a tapestry of silver light that consumed all others, casting a spell upon the void. Then, one last truth poured into him, rewriting his very nature, the fragment of Weaver's legacy. The pain was exquisite. Weaver had crafted the nightmare spell, and with his death, it was completed. The spell devoured 6 gods and 5 demons, consuming them as fuel, its source of power. Its purpose was singular and dire, to keep the forgotten god asleep. The nightmare seeds, the nightmare gates, the twisted creatures that crept into the waking world. All of them were nothing more than echoes, fragments of the dreams he dreamt in his slumber. And then Sonny understood. There was a 7th nightmare, a place beyond comprehension, the prison of the forgotten god. Yet, at the same time, it nurtured mortals, ruthlessly, relentlessly, guiding them, molding them, so that one day they might ascend as the new gods and end him.